Hello everybody, welcome to the Political Vigilante. My name is Graham Elwood. So, we've been talking a lot about the DNC. There was a lawsuit against the DNC that the judge threw out 2 years ago after they cheated in the 2016 election. But then the DNC has been trying to sue Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, and what happened recently? A judge threw it out. Federal court exposes Democratic Party conspiracy against Assange and WikiLeaks. This is pretty amazing. Judge John Cotelli of the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York delivered a devastating blow to the U.S.-led conspiracy against WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Wow, so who's this judge? Who's this judge? Oh, is he a Russian asset? He was appointed by Bill Clinton. Doink! Wait a minute, the Clintons are supposed to control everybody. Bill Clinton nominee and former assistant special prosecutor for the Watergate Special Prosecution Force dismissed with prejudice a civil lawsuit filed in April of 2018 by the Democratic National Committee alleging WikiLeaks was civilly liable for conspiracy, went to public school, with the Russian government to steal DNC emails and data and leak them to the public. This is the Democratic Party. Any blue will do. So when WikiLeaks, and if you think WikiLeaks is just, they had it in for the Clintons and they were working with the Russians, go to WikiLeaks. There's hundreds of stories about Trump, about his corruption. There's hundreds of stories about corruption in Putin and the Russian oligarchs and all that stuff. They expose everybody. And the number of WikiLeaks stories that have had to be redacted is zero. None. They get information, they vet it, and then they put it out there. So what do you do when you have information exposed to you? This is what a defense attorney does when they have a guilty client. There's a murder weapon, there's fingerprints on the murder weapon, there's motive, there's everything. There's a videotape of them walking into the house. Oh, you get the videotape evidence thrown out in court. You get, oh, the cops, illegal search and seizure so the gun and the fingerprints don't. That's what you do. So that's what they've been doing. They're not disputing what the leaked emails said, because the leaked emails are the Podesta emails are the Podesta emails. They say what they say. They say what they say. No one has said, oh, these emails were doctored. I never wrote that. This is bullshit. Here's the original email. You can see how they paid. You can trace all that. There's digital forensics out there to show, like, if somebody like hacked one of my emails and then put a bunch of shit in there I didn't write, I could have someone go, no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So they don't dispute what is said in the emails. They dispute, oh, it must have been a Russian conspiracy. And a judge threw it out. And here's what the WikiLeaks, the lawyer for Assange, Jennifer Robinson, a leading lawyer for Assange, and other WikiLeaks attorneys welcome the ruling as an important win for free speech. I want to take the exact language that is in that the judge said. I know this is hard to read because it's really small, so I'm going to read it for you, but I wanted to just copy and paste the exact language. I just took a screen cap off of what the judge said. If WikiLeaks could be held liable for publishing documents concerning the DNC's political, financial, and voter engagement strategies simply because the DNC labels them secret and trade secrets, then so could any newspaper or media outlet. All of us have been saying this. I've been saying this. Calling Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, if you're going to say that about Julian Assange, then you better call that about Ben Bradley and the Pentagon Papers, because that's what the Washington Post did. They were given information, they vetted it, and they put it out there. But what would impermissibly elevate a purely privacy interest to override the First Amendment interest in the publication of matters of the highest public concern? The DNC's published internal communications allowed the American electorate to look behind the curtain of one of the two major political parties in the United States during a presidential election. Ooh, wow, it sounds like transparency is a key ingredient in democracy, according to this Bill Clinton appointed judge. This type of information is plainly the type entitled to the strongest protection that the First Amendment offers. This is a guy who worked on the Watergate investigation. Same thing. Same thing. Corruption. A newspaper got it. They said all the crazy stuff about Ben Bradley in the Washington Post about Watergate. They said it about the Pentagon pay. Oh, he's anti-American. He's all this and that and the other thing. But they didn't have the Russia thing to play with. The ruling exposes the illegality of the conspiracy by the U.S. government, backed by governments of Britain, Ecuador, Australia, and Sweden, and the entire corporate media and political establishment to extradite Assange to the U.S. The plaintiff in the case is the Democratic Party, has also served as Assange's chief prosecutor within the state apparatus for over a decade. Started by Obama. Obama put Chelsea Manning in prison. Obama had her tortured. He commuted her sentence. He didn't pardon it. That's a clear distinction. Like, oh, Obama pardoned her sentence. He's a good guy. No, no, no. He commuted her sentence. A pardon is it's wiped clean. It's off the record. You're done. Commuted just means you have a 20-year sentence. I'm going to commute it. So we're going to say you're out at this time, 7 years. But at any point, they can put you back in. Right? The Democratic Party and now the Trump team is picking it up too. They're going after Assange too. The judge labeled WikiLeaks an international news organization and said Assange is a publisher. Remember this whole time, especially when they picked him up in whatever it was, June. The corporate media keeps saying, "Oh, he's a terrorist, he's a whatever, he's a leaker." No, he's a publisher, because if they call him a publisher, then they have to say, oh, we have to protect. You saw this past 6 months, the hypocrisy of the corporate media. Khashoggi gets murdered, which was awful, and it's like, oh my God, how can this happen? But Assange isn't a journalist in their eyes. This judge says otherwise. They're an international news organization, and Assange is a publisher. The judge said the DNC's argument that Assange and WikiLeaks conspired with the Russian Federation to steal and dismantle the DNC's materials is entirely divorced from the facts. Thank you, Clinton appointee judge, for actually doing what is right. Doing what is right. That's WikiLeaks. That's what they've done. Julian Assange is in jail. He's barely alive. The daily reports don't look good, but we all have to fight for this because this is right. This judge did the right thing. This gives me a little glimmer of hope. Thanks for supporting the show, everybody. You can support it if you look below in the show notes. You see the link to Rokfin.com/Graham Elwood, which is a blockchain cryptocurrency platform. Any video that you endorse, if you subscribe through Rokfin, all my videos are up there ad-free. For $10 a month, you get access to every content creator's premium content. So if you subscribe through me, I get residual income. Also, you can support the show at patreon.com/Graham Elwood. Get all kinds of bonus content on there, early access to stuff. You can submit articles. It's a really cool way to support the show. Like, subscribe, and share this video out there. And the Progressive Comedy Tour. Check us out. Ron Placone and I, in September, we're going to, we're going to Omaha, Sioux Falls, Madison, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, and Iowa City, September 4th through the 8th. We're doing Australia, November 14th, Melbourne, the 15th, Adelaide, 17th, Sydney, and the 22nd, we will be in Perth, going to Western Australia. Never been to that part of Australia. So please join us at one of these live shows. And of course, I'll be speaking at the Minds event on a panel. That link is also below at grahamelwood.com. If you use coupon code GRAHAM for the Minds event, you get 10% off. And that pass gets you access to all the panels the whole weekend. Thanks for watching the show. You're making Gotham great again.